Okay, I hope that you have reviewed the very basic concepts of plotting points. So we're going to start with section 1.1, where we're actually going to use that review of graphing points to actually graph equations. It doesn't matter if the equation is quadratic or if it is a linear equation. You can do it either way. What you're going to notice though is when you look at the equation, you should be able to tell what the graph looks like. So the example that I've chosen from your textbook today says y equals x squared plus 2, and we want to graph the equation. If my exponent on the x is squared, that means that I have a parabola. So I should know that when I get done graphing this, it should look like a parabola. If I had something that was like y equals 2x plus 4, this would be something that represents a linear equation, which we'll get to further in the semester. But when our exponent is only to the first power, then this is going to be a straight line. But in this example, we have a quadratic, and all we're going to do is we're going to use our famous t-table, and we're going to plug in any values of x, and we're going to solve for what the y value has to be to make that equation true. In this example, I've asked you to let x be -3. So if we plug that in, we get y equals -3. We're substituting the x in for -3. -3 squared is +9, and 9 plus 2 is 11. So the first point on our graph is -3, 11, and we would continue to go through all of these points, replacing the x with any value. -2 squared plus 2. -2 squared is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. And we would continue on. And when I ask you to graph, you can actually pick these same values, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, even if I don't give you what values that x should be. So -1 squared is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. And if we continue on, 0 squared plus 2 is 2. Plugging in 1 for x, 1 squared is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 squared is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. And 3 squared is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. So these are my ordered pairs. So if I go -3, I'm going to go down to -11. That would be my first point. -2, +6, -1, +3. Let's check that point. It's not looking like a parabola. So how about we try graphing it at -3, +11 instead of -11. That's much better. Starting to look more like a parabola, isn't it? So we go through and we're just going to plot all of these points. And like in the video, we just move from left to right from one point to the next. And so you can see this would be the graph of y equals x squared plus 2. It's a parabola. If you'll look in your textbook, there are several examples that you can practice in section 1.1, whether it be a parabola, whether it be a linear equation. I expect you to be able to, when given an equation, be able to plug in some points and graph it.